What's up, everybody? It's your boy Trev, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this video. So, just being honest, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this video because if you guys know me personally, you guys know that I am very private when it comes down to, just kind of like who I am and who I'm involved with and things that I'm involved with. So I'm not sure how a lot of people are going to take this video, especially my family. So let me just go ahead and apologize from now and just let you guys know viewer discretion is advised. Alright, so if you guys don't know already, this video is going to be about how I made over $3,000 per month on my OnlyFans account. So I have some like papers here, and then I'm gonna show you guys a check that I have from my OnlyFans in a second. But I kind of want to stay like on point with what I want to discuss with you guys, because this video is going to be short, and I don't really intend on making this a long, drawn out process or video, because again, I am very private, and this is something that I am just kind of being transparent about because a lot of you guys voted for me to speak about this on my Instagram story. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please make sure that you follow me. I'm going to have everything in the description box below. So just kind of pay attention to that. So without further ado, I'm going to begin. So when did I start my OnlyFans account? So I started my OnlyFans account in November 2021. I was really just playing around, talking to my friend and about starting an account, and they were like, well, I have someone that can monetize you. So, again, I thought it was a joke, but they put me in contact with the person, and I started building my platform on OnlyFans. I was uploading pictures and I was uploading videos. Now in November, I was started like doing requests for like $100 in 5 minutes, for just to kind of like see how I would be monetized by these clients, and see if it was kind of something that I would really be interested in doing, or see if it was just kind of like just a joke. So I started doing the $100 request for 5 minutes, and I started doing the shower scenes for 10 minutes for $50. Also with like, a small request there. So I made about $800 in November on OnlyFans. This was my first month. Again, this is what I made after I paid my agency, because they kind of like helped me get the clients and they kind of like, helped me build my platform. So this is what I make after I pay my OnlyFans fees and after I pay my agent. So I'm going to go to the next question. Do I think that this will affect my profession? So if a lot of you guys don't know, I am a travel nurse, and I'm also a newly graduated nurse practitioner. And my answer to that question is going to be no. My agency and I have signed a contract that is going to basically protect me and the legality behind what I do. And in my videos, I don't show my face. So, no face, literally no case. And this is not something that I hope y'all, that I'm not going to publicize this on my Instagram or on my other platforms. Like, this is just like, if you come in contact with my account, that means you have a lot of money, number one. But number two, because I have a brand on my social media, this is not something that I'm going to promote, because again, I'm trying to protect my brand, and I have spent a lot of time and money to kind of rebrand myself on social media. So this is not something that I'm going to just kind of advertise on my platform. So no, I don't think that it's going to affect, what I do as a nurse or what I do as a nurse practitioner. And eventually you guys were gonna find out about the OnlyFans, because you guys know when you get big, that's when people start leaking stuff and basically like start trying to like downgrade you because of like what you do. Okay, and that typically happens when you kind of like get to like a certain status on social media. People start coming out of the woodwork saying, well, this, da 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 da. All right, so let's fast forward to December of 2021. So December 2021, I was finishing up my travel contract in Florida, so I wasn't really doing too much. What I started doing, I stopped really posting on OnlyFans, and what I was doing was kind of like building up my content. Let me drink some of this, y'all. This is wine. I know it's not in a wine glass, but I'm not here to be judged. So in December, I was just building up content. I wasn't really doing too much on OnlyFans. So January 2022 came around, and my agent reached out to me and said, hey, we have some high paying clients that, have some requests for you. And this might be weird to you guys, but there's a platform out there for people that are extremely financially stable that will pay creators like myself for different, sexual requests or, certain videos doing certain activities just to kind of fulfill their desire or, their fantasies. So I was like, okay, well, if all these high paying clients, have all these requests for me, I'm going to kind of go up on my price. Now, how do we get these high paying clients, right? Because if you don't have, it's better when you have clients paying $250, $300, $500 for one video versus than having 10 people paying for $25 videos. Because again, you want less, for me, I want less people having my videos, right? And by doing that, I am monetizing all the high paying clients that are paying a lot of money. That way I don't have to sell $25 video like these other content creators. So fast forward, I started charging people $250 for like the requests that they had for me. So some of these, I'm not gonna go too deep into things that I do on OnlyFans because again, if you come in contact with the video, that means you, my friend, have a lot of money because I don't operate for people that cannot, pay a sufficient amount of funds for the service that I provide. So some of these services range from me doing certain sexual activities. Some of these activities were showering. Some of these activities were me wearing, certain garments of my clothes. And, depending on, how often I wore those garments or, from mild to wild, and the more wild is kind of like the more money that I charge these clients. These clients also send me stuff because I also have like a P.O. box that they can like send stuff to for me to kind of like wear or utilize in the videos that they want me to provide. And again, if they have specific requests or like very detailed requests, then I charge them a little bit more. I was still doing my shower scenes, but I started doing shower scenes for $100. And that kind of helped me profit a little bit more than when I first started in November. So that's kind of how I was able to kind of like make a lot more money in January than I did like in November. All right, so fast forward. Again, these high paying clients, I know I'm kind of like backtracking a little bit, but how do we find the high paying clients? Again, we go on different platforms, and typically your agent or your agency will kind of like help you reach out to these clients because, you can find them on like different Facebook groups because there are people that, like I said, are financially stable that are kind of into this stuff. So your agent will kind of like know how to go on the different platforms or dating sites to kind of like find these high paying clients. All right, so hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything. So like I said, no face. The clients that I do have, some of them will show their face, some of them won't. And some of them kind of like utilize like different like Kiki accounts. And I kind of have a Kiki Instagram account too. So it's kind of like, again, the legality is something that we kind of have to like push the narrative for because again, you don't want anything to come back and haunt you because of what you're doing. So after I paid my agency and the OnlyFans, I made around like $3,500. Before I paid my agent and my OnlyFans, it was about $3,500. After I did all that, it was about $3,000. So that's kind of how I was able to kind of like monetize on OnlyFans. In March, I didn't make as much because, I was talking to someone and they were not too fond of what I was doing. So I didn't really, utilize a lot of time on OnlyFans for the month of March. But I'm just kind of like curious as to like how much money I can make like moving forward because it's kind of like addicting. Like, okay, $3,000 a month for just like making these videos. Like, can I make $10,000? Because there's other like content creators that are making like millions of dollars on OnlyFans. So it's just kind of like, if I could be a travel nurse, make this amount of money, and then be a content creator and make this amount of money, then, you know, I could utilize that money from my creations online to, like, you know, utilizing different investments and, you know, possible properties, because it's all about kind of like monetizing your platforms. Like if you just have an Instagram account and you're not monetizing off of it and you're a content creator, then it's kind of pointless. So I'm gonna kind of just show you guys the check from OnlyFans. Ha ha! April Fools, got you. I do not have an OnlyFans account, guys. Maybe in the future I'll probably do some shower scenes, but this was definitely an April Fool's joke. So please send this. If y'all are friends with my mom, please send this to my mom first. I know she's probably gonna have a heart attack, like, OnlyFans? Monkey about OnlyFans? No, man, this is not right. But yeah, guys, make sure that you send this video to someone that knows me. It'll be more fun if you send it to someone that knows me, because then they're gonna be shocked. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming, a lot more pranks, and a lot more insightful videos. I love you guys. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Peace out.